hit it, ha,
Sam
hit
and
it, ha, oh God.
For her as well. So I say that to say there's no time like the present. There's no time like the future. There's no time when it comes to following your dreams. And the first 50 years of my life, I wouldn't have had it not been to serve a purpose for the next 50. So I'm patient. I really am. I'm waiting on God, but I just want y'all to know what I'm waiting on.
Right. I want to talk about a conversation you were having. You were doing the interview, and you were talking about, Hollywood, and you yourself being propositioned by different men. You never named the men, but you being propositioned by men to to do different things in order to get roles. Can you talk about that with our audience? Some of the things, some of the dark sides of Hollywood.
Oh yes, there is definitely a dark side of Hollywood, and but I went on set like literally 2 weeks ago, and I was changing in my dressing room, and in walks the PA, and that means producer assistant. So I'm like, dude, he's an old creepy white guy, and because I'm old school, I don't say, bitch, you better get the fuck out my dressing room, which is what maybe he wants. White guys like to be abused. I don't know. But that's not my MO. So maybe because I was like, or covering myself up, like, I'm changing because you knocked on the door. He was like, so the point of me saying this, I told on him, I snitched. I was like, dude, you got creeps on your set, like, and they didn't seem to care. Like, okay, he's white. Like, maybe, I'm making it. Why would that white man want it? I don't know why. I don't know. I would not do it myself, but I can't express how humiliating it is. And me as a woman, I've learned to battle situations like that and be like, oh, could you please leave my room? You see how I'm dressing? Oh, you're so silly. In my mind, I'm like, get the fuck out. I'm going to whoop your motherfucking monkey ass. But, maybe it's just the woman. So I think of times like, if I were to snitch and like go to the court, he could be like, well, she was smiling, she liked it. And I'm like, who likes creepy ass white guys walking in on them while they're changing? But these are things that still go on in Hollywood. And, I do, like I said, watch other shows. And I was watching a show where they were talking about some of the creepy things that go on in the modeling industry, a reality show, I don't remember, on Netflix, but a Jewish woman, and she escaped from a strict Orthodox Jew community, and now she helps models with, the sexual harassment that we face in the work industry. And I know women all over the world face it, and I know you two helped, me too. Me too helped, but it's still prevalent and it's still there. And SAG is working hard to create, especially when you're doing sexualized scenes, to create a comfortable environment for women. And because I've been in this industry so long, mentally I'm like, there's one part of me that's like, oh my gosh, this is how it's supposed to be. This man is walking in on me. Just cover up your stuff. Smile. He'll get the fuck out real quick. Let him know. Please leave. I'm changing. Okay, could you leave? But then, you're struggling with the side of you that wants to whoop his motherfucking ass. And you don't do that because you're raised as a woman to be silent. To, oh, please, could you leave? Cover yourself, and you don't want to bring attention to it because it's embarrassing for you. It's embarrassing for the situation. You don't want to cost money. You don't want to cause a problem. So, yes, women are still facing abuse on sets, and it's not going to stop until we learn how to stop it. And I speak for myself. Like, perhaps I should have said, if you don't get your monkey ass, and next time I will do that. But it's like Pavlov's dog. It takes time for actresses to learn how to, and models, to speak up for themselves. And that, I find, is what we need to do. To be fearless behind the scenes as we are in front of the scenes. I'm offered now at 50 roles to play these women who have these, extravagant sex scenes where I'm just like doing the most. Roles that I was never asked to play at 20. I'm asked to play now. And I'm being a little more discerning because I've always accepted roles because I believe God is my manager. If God put you in my life and put it on your heart to cast me, it's for a reason. And I appreciate that, because who wants to audition? Offers are gifts from God. But I realize now that not every gift is from God. So, I really have to be more discerning. And as much as it makes me feel codependent, I have to take my husband on set with me. I'm not the only actress. Like, I've been a big sister to a lot of actresses, across my 25-year journey. And you can go on a set and be friendly, and word is all over Hollywood that you came on the set and you were getting undressed in front of all the prop people. Mind you, we're taught as actors to be unaware of the physical when you have a quick change. So it's hard to go on a set without people as a woman. I always tell young women, I don't care who it is, when you're going on a set for the first time, if it's not someone you definitely feel comfortable with, you need to bring someone with you. I don't care if it's a family member, if it's your manager, but we need to be treated as humans. We're not just pieces of puppet prop that you can just throw around. And, people want to say that it's in degrees, but it's not. As much humiliation as an extra, or I've also done music videos myself. I know how humiliating they can be sometimes. It's hard being a woman in a male-dominated world. So that being said, we have to come together. We have to band together. And SAG is making it easy for us to. They've got a new thing where if you have a sex scene, they'll bring someone on to help you and your sex partner work through the uncomfortableness. Me coming up from the 90s and just standing on the shoulders of other women, they didn't do that. They was like, okay, here, this is such and such, go. You'd be lucky if you had an opportunity to rehearse or kiss the person. You'd be like, and working with the Wayans early in my career, Marlon played a joke on me when we had to kiss. He ate an onion. Oh, so okay, that must mean I'm not supposed to talk about the Wayans, even though they love me. But it is funny. Marlon ate an onion because that's my baby, and we were babies. We went to college together. He was fucking with me, and we had a kissing scene, and he took a bite of a raw onion right before our scene. So, I've got PTSD. Every time I get close to kissing somebody or in that vicinity, I'm like, you need a minute. I don't know you. And people don't take into consideration that we are actors, but we are also human. And part of being able to be a good actor is being able to be a good human, an honest human, and to make some of my girlfriends have had the opportunity to, you know, they take baths with their leading men. They, you know, they go that extra mile. But when you're not that person, like me, I don't feel comfortable getting in the bathtub. I don't know you. You know? So it's being an actress is a beautiful thing when you are around people that take into consideration that you're human, that women need, men go away. They'll be gone for a year. And then they'll come back and expect a woman to just be like, hey, open up. Hey, daddy missed you that whole year. No, we are a different creature.